Yeah. So, but what I'm telling you is, a lot of people when they like something, they they tend to immerse themselves in it or soak into it, and they start becoming who they like. That's why you got to be careful, Sammy, when you choose and who you follow,
Yeah.
because you need to make sure before you start following them that their values are where your values are. They care about some of the same things you do, and they're genuinely trying to move forward instead of just be like a lot of folks and not have anything. That's if you want something out of life. See, my problem was, I grew up without a dad, so it was really hard for me to be a dad to you and Jay because I didn't have anybody to base being a dad off of. Because my dad died when I was 10, so what I did was I would find people that I thought would make cool dads, and I'd like kind of do what they did. And I mean, that's how we learn. So when you're picking your role models, you really need to make sure that they're not like doing bad things that you disagree with. And that's kind of a gray area because what might be bad to some people might not be bad to others. So what I always do is if it feels right in my heart, then I feel like it's right. That's as right as it can be for me anyway. So that's what you do on picking role models. But like with your rapper Triple X, you liked everything about him, so you followed everything he did. And there's a lot of people, man, millions and millions and millions of people, this is how they are. A lot of folks are followers. So what I'm trying to teach you as a young man is to become a leader and not a follower, to break outside of the group of doing what everybody else does. Because if you do what everybody else does, you'll have what everybody else has. And so if you want to be different, you have to do different. And a lot of times when you're being different or doing different, people call you crazy. They say, "Oh, well, he's weird," or he's something ain't right in the head. He's just losing it. Why is he being like that? It's because people fear change. That they fear what they don't know. If they don't understand, then it's bad. Like the new kid at school. When you're going to school, the new kid at school always gets picked on because he's different. Because everybody else at the school that's been going there for a little while, they've kind of gotten in their own little groups and their own little cliques and everything. So when somebody new comes in, the leaders of those groups are kind of like, uh-oh, what's this guy like? Say if he plays football, he can hang with us. Or, if he's a rocker, dude, he can rock with us. Or, if he's a stoner, man, he can chill with us, Or, if he likes to cook, he can just hang with us. Or, just whatever. If he likes music. And with people being afraid, they don't really take time to get to know the person. They're just like, get out of here. You don't look like us or act like us. We don't want you around. But see, that's where they mess up because they don't know you and they don't know all the cool things you bring. So that's why I say be different, like you did with the kid on the ship. He was messed up in the face, but you didn't treat him any different. You saw him for his insides, not his outsides. So you treated him like a human being. And I'll tell you what, you're probably the first kid in a long time that was just like cool like that and actually taught him something. So he really appreciates you. He'll always remember you. And that's what's important because you never know. He could be the next Bill Gates, or the next Grant Cardone, or the next person that goes out here and makes a big difference by thinking different, being different. So just choose your role models careful. Every day I have the task of being the best role model I can be for you, and that's why I have to be careful what I do, what I say, how I treat people, because you're like a little tape recorder, dude. Which I know you probably don't know what a tape recorder is, but that's how old I am. But you watch everything I do. You have been since day one. So one day I'm sure, I feel like I'm a pretty good dad, so I know one day you'll be a good dad. So you just be you, man. Don't follow the crowd. Be the leader. And eventually you'll have your own crowd. Dad, I love you.